Did you know, ignoring your cat can lead to unexpected results? If you've ever had friends over to meet your cat or visited a friend's home where a feline resides, you've likely observed a fascinating and puzzling phenomenon. Picture this. The humans gather, someone spots the cat, and the cat lovers in the group spring into action. They coo, make kissy noises, extend hands for pets, and maybe even offer a treat or two. Yet, to everyone's surprise, the cat remains aloof. It might stare at them indifferently, walk away, or even hiss if anyone gets too close. Meanwhile, the one person in the group who has allergies, a fear of cats, or is wearing clothes that attract cat hair like a magnet becomes the feline's favorite. That person, who wants nothing more than to be left alone, finds themselves surrounded by the very creature they hoped to avoid. Meanwhile, the cat lovers are left watching from a distance, feeling a mix of confusion and envy. So what's going on here? Are cats deliberately trying to frustrate us? Do they want us to dislike them, or is it a case of reverse psychology? The truth lies in the way cats communicate and perceive the world around them. Let's dive into what might happen if you tried ignoring your cat. Would it ruin your relationship, or could it make your furry friend adore you even more? Before we explore this fascinating topic, don't forget to join our feline-loving community by subscribing for more tips and tricks on how to care for your kitty. The psychology of feline affection. Why do cats seem to prefer people who ignore them? Is it a sign of low self-esteem? Unlikely. Cats are well aware of their own worth, often acting as though they're royalty, gracing us with their presence. So, is it simply a case of feline contrariness? Not quite. From the cat's perspective, their behavior makes perfect sense. It's humans who are the odd ones, constantly sending mixed signals. To understand this better, we need to think about how cats communicate. Imagine two cats interacting. If one cat wants the other to go away, how does it convey that message? First, it might make direct eye contact. In the feline world, an unblinking stare is often a sign of intimidation. If the other cat doesn't back off, the first cat might move closer, hiss, or growl as a warning. If all else fails, it may resort to a swipe of the paw. Now consider how humans approach cats. When we want to show affection, we often make direct eye contact, move closer, and reach out to pet them. Unfortunately, these actions mimic the very signals cats use to say, "Leave me alone." From the cat's perspective, the human's behavior is confusing and even threatening. Why do cats gravitate toward people who ignore them? Let's revisit our hypothetical pair of cats, but this time, one cat wants to befriend the other. Cats have a unique way of expressing friendliness, which often involves subtlety and restraint. Unlike humans, who evolved as a social species and use overt gestures to indicate friendship, cats are naturally more reserved. Even after domestication, cats remain semi-solitary creatures, and their social behaviors reflect this. When a cat wants to signal friendliness to another cat, it avoids direct eye contact, stays at a comfortable distance, and refrains from making loud noises. The closest a cat can come to saying, "I want to be friends," is to communicate, "I'm not a threat." This approach happens to align closely with how a human who dislikes or fears cats behaves. Someone with no interest in interacting with a cat will avoid eye contact, keep their distance, and stay quiet. To the cat, this person is sending all the right signals. They seem calm, non-threatening, and respectful of boundaries, exactly the traits a cat values in a companion. Why some people are more popular with cats than others. Even among cat lovers, some people seem to have a natural knack for attracting feline affection. If you're someone who loves cats but finds yourself watching from the sidelines as your friends receive all the cuddles, you might wonder why. Do cats dislike you? Is there something you're doing wrong? The good news is that cats don't dislike you. They just have specific preferences. Most importantly, cats value people who respect their boundaries. As creatures that evolved to evade predators, cats are naturally cautious. They dislike sudden movements, loud noises, and being touched without consent. People who approach cats slowly, crouch down to their level, and wait for the cat to make the first move are more likely to win their trust. How to ask a cat for permission. If you're eager to bond with a cat, there's a simple way to ask for their consent. Start by extending your hand slowly toward the cat, stopping just short of touching them. This gives the cat an opportunity to sniff your hand and decide if they're comfortable with you. If the cat raises its head or nudges your hand, that's a clear invitation to pet them. If they back away or ignore you, it's best to respect their wishes and try again later. What happens when you ignore your cat? The outcome of ignoring your cat depends on how you go about it. If you were to completely stop interacting with your cat, the results would likely be negative. Despite their reputation for independence, cats are social animals that form strong bonds with their humans. A sudden withdrawal of attention could leave your cat feeling confused, rejected, and lonely. In response, they might act out by scratching furniture, meowing excessively, or engaging in other destructive behaviors. However, taking a more balanced approach can have positive effects. Giving your cat space while still responding to their cues for affection can improve your relationship. Cats prefer to take the lead in interactions with humans. When you stop chasing after them and allow them to approach you on their own terms, they're more likely to seek out your company. Over time, you may notice your cat sitting closer to you, initiating cuddles, or purring contentedly in your presence. Why ignoring your cat isn't about playing hard to get. It's important to note that ignoring your cat isn't about manipulating them or tricking them into loving you. Rather, it's about learning to communicate in a way that aligns with their natural instincts. Cats are intelligent animals that often adapt to human communication styles. For example, many cats learn to respond to words like "here, kitty," or gestures like pointing to a food dish. Similarly, they may meow to get your attention, knowing that humans are more likely to respond to vocal cues than subtle body language. By giving your cat space and respecting their boundaries, you're showing them the same consideration they show you when they adapt their communication to fit your preferences. The science of cat-human relationships. Studies have shown that cats are more likely to approach people who exhibit calm, non-threatening behavior. For example, researchers have observed that cats often gravitate toward people who sit quietly and avoid making direct eye contact. These findings align with what we know about feline body language and social cues. Cats interpret stillness and averted gazes as signs of safety, making them more inclined to approach. Interestingly, this dynamic can also help explain why some cats seem to have a knack for sensing human emotions. Many cat owners report that their pets offer comfort during times of stress or sadness. This may be because cats are attuned to subtle changes in body language and tone of voice, allowing them to respond to their humans' needs in a way that feels intuitive. Tips for building a stronger bond with your cat. If you want to deepen your relationship with your cat, here are a few tips to keep in mind. Respect their space. Let your cat come to you rather than forcing interactions. Learn their cues. Pay attention to your cat's body language to understand when they want attention and when they need space. Move slowly. Sudden movements can startle cats, so approach them with care. Offer choices. Give your cat the option to engage with you rather than imposing interactions. Be patient. Building trust with a cat takes time, especially if they're shy or skittish. Final thoughts. Cats are complex creatures with unique personalities and communication styles. By taking the time to understand their needs and respecting their boundaries, you can foster a deeper connection with your feline friend. While ignoring your cat entirely is not the answer, giving them a bit of space can encourage them to seek out your companionship on their own terms. Remember, your cat is more than just a pet. They're a cherished member of your family. By learning to communicate in a way that makes sense to them, you're not only strengthening your bond but also showing them the love and respect they deserve.